Good day to you. Happy Easter Monday. He is risen. He is risen indeed. Hallelujah. Not only is this Easter Monday, but this day, April the 13th, is also my birthday. Woke up early this morning and got to thinking about life, got to thinking about what's happened over all these years. And I remembered a significant psalm, Psalm 121. And the story about that psalm changed the trajectory of my life. As a young sixth grader, I had been so impressed with the persons of Reverend Ed Kuyper, pastor of the church, and Mr. Richard Moss, the principal of the school. But they had encouraged me to consider full-time church work. Well, when it came time for going off to school, in high school, I decided to go to Concordia Junior College in Austin, Texas, for both high school and college. So the day came when my parents went over to Austin. We went to the opening service, and the speaker at that opening service was a man by the name of Dr. George Beto. After the service, my parents got in the car and drove off. I had been away from home only brief periods of time with relatives during the summer and so forth. But here I was, standing on the old tennis courts and realizing that I was there alone. I didn't know anyone at the age of 14. Well, on Monday morning, day after Labor Day that year, we had breakfast served from 6:30 until 7:30. And as dutiful freshmen, we all ended up being outside the door waiting for the dining hall to open. All freshmen. Everybody else had figured out that they didn't have to be there at 6:30. So we got inside, we got our food, and we were all seated, 27 14-year-olds seated around this table. And in comes this, at that time, what I thought was a big man. He wore a Stetson hat. I recognized him because he had spoken at the opening service. His name was Dr. George Beto. So I watched him get his coffee and saw him walking over to our table. He stopped at our table and he said, "Welcome, boys, to Concordia High School. I'm Dr. George Beto, and I want to officially welcome you here." And he said, "I'd like to get to know you. I'd like you to go around the table and give me your name and the city you're from." So 27 people went around giving him our names. Again, he welcomed us. And he said something that stuck with me. He said, "If ever I can do anything for you or you want to talk to someone, my door is always open." So he went on then to visit with other students that were coming in by this point in time. 10 o'clock that day, we had our daily chapel service. By this point, I had sort of reached the conclusion that maybe I had made a mistake in deciding to go off to school, to go to Concordia. And then I remembered that Dr. Beto had said anything we wanted to talk about, we could come to him. So after chapel that day, I went in Dr. Beto's office and I said, "Dr. Beto, I think I have made a mistake. I really miss home." And he smiled and he says, I can understand that. He said, I tell you what, I would like to encourage you to give it a try. But I'm going to encourage you to do something else. I'm going to encourage you to read Psalm 121 3 times a day. And then on Friday, if you're still of the mind that you want to go home, I'll help you pack and I'll take you home. Great. I'm going to go home on Friday. But I was dutiful in reading Psalm 121 every day. It's the reading of that psalm that changed things. Or I should say, it was God who changed things. By Friday, I went in to see Dr. Beto and I said, Dr. Beto, I think I'll give it another week. And the rest was history. 4 years in high school, 2 years of junior college at Concordia in Austin. And as I thought about Psalm 121, I thought, you know what, I'm going to read it, digest it, and share some thoughts. So it'll be this video and 3 other ones. Because I have found in the last weeks, and in fact over my entire lifetime, we all need help. We all need comfort and encouragement at times in life. It's good to have a support system in place, but we need to look further than that. Because history and experience teach us that no safety plan, no insurance policy, no security system can keep us absolutely safe in this life. You can follow all the safety rules, take every precaution, exercise and eat well, and things can still go wrong. And that's why we look to God for our help. It was Ben Franklin who said, God helps those who help themselves. But the scriptures teach us that God helps those who seek his help. None of us are safe until we take refuge in God. Psalm 121 is a psalm about trusting in God's divine care. It's a travel psalm. In fact, many families will read this psalm out loud together before going on a trip. Do you need help today? Then this psalm is for you. This is a good one to memorize and have handy for the journey of life. Psalm 121 teaches us 3 big truths about God's help and care for you and for me. First, the Creator is our helper. Second, God is our protector. And finally, 3, the Lord will keep you from all harm. We'll be looking at each of these in the days to come. And we'll think about them and we'll pray about them. I want to leave you today with the opening words of Psalm 121 because they have so much significance for me. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. May you be blessed this day and watch for part 2. Blessings, my friends.